Hey everyone, my name is Dr. Gayla Tia Strong. I'm a physical therapist who got 100% on my boards exam, and this led me to found SPT with me, which is an NPTE prep platform. If you enjoy what you see and you're studying for the NPTE, check out our courses at sptwithme.com. Now, for what you're actually here for, let's talk about the neuromuscular junction transmission. If you're taking a look at this image and you don't know where you are in space, or you want a general overview of what the neuromuscular junction is, check out our video on what a neuromuscular junction is. But if you do know, let's get straight to it. So here's what matters. Here's the nerve, here's the muscle, and here's the space between the two of them, the muscle as well as the nerve. And this is the space that allows for the communication between both of them through neurotransmitters, chemical messengers such as acetylcholine. Step 1. Action potentials come down from the motor nerve, and they're going to make its way to the terminal bouton, which is that bulbous part of the nerve. When it travels down, calcium then floods into the terminal bouton, which triggers the neurotransmitters, which are acetylcholine, that are inside of these circle-like things called vesicles that are just waiting and stored in this area to make its way to fuse with the terminal membrane, aka the end part of the nerve. Acetylcholine is then released into space just between the nerve and the muscle, and this space is called the synaptic cleft. When you look at it, you can see all of this acetylcholine floating around and going toward the direction of the muscle. Acetylcholine makes its way toward the muscle cell with the purpose of reaching the specific receptor sites that are designed to just specifically attach to acetylcholine. And when acetylcholine does attach to the receptor site that's on the muscle side, it then triggers the sodium-potassium channels to open, bringing sodium in, pushing potassium out. That way we start to depolarize this side of the neuromuscular junction, the muscle side, and this allows for an eventual action potential to occur. Once enough of those acetylcholine neurotransmitters attach to their specific receptor sites on the muscle side, this will end up creating enough of an end plate potential via enough depolarization. An action potential will then occur when it reaches this point and is actually able to propagate throughout the muscle, telling that muscle to contract. Lastly, there's an enzyme called acetylcholine esterase, and the job of this is to break down the acetylcholine neurotransmitters that are still floating around in the synaptic cleft. It breaks it down into its components of acetates, also known as acetic acid, as well as choline. So because acetylcholine is no longer a whole, it's no longer functional because it's broken down into these components. So these broken up components of acetate and choline are then reabsorbed back into the terminal bouton of the motor neuron to once again be made into acetylcholine and then serve the same purpose for that next round of this transmission. Remember, the purpose of this breakdown is to stop further communication, meaning essentially telling that muscle to stop contracting. No acetylcholine means no attaching to the muscle side receptor sites, which means no depolarization of muscle, thus no action potential propagation to tell that muscle to contract. And in this picture, acetylcholine esterase is the blue little dots that are on the side of the muscle cell. Everything we've talked about in this video is what we would expect to normally occur. However, what if there's a disease? What if there's a dysfunction of this neuromuscular junction? What kind of diseases affect the neuromuscular junction? Check out our other video for more information on this. If you're studying for the NPTE and you enjoyed the way that this was taught, check out our courses at sptwithme.com. Check out this reference for more information.